Hello, my name is Charlie, and welcome back for another episode of Victoria 3 as you say. In previous episode we managed to, well, first of all, we got ourselves into a bit of a problem with bureaucracy. We had some modifiers that are hindering us. We're just trying to build up the bureaucracy production, but it's slow progress. We did also get a bit of land down here in Africa. Now, we can't actually start colonizing this area yet because our colonization rule means that we can't actually colonize areas that are not land connected to our capital state, which means that it's only going to be in America right now. And we've already done all of that, so we may need to switch the law sooner or later. Right now we're trying to pass the cultural exclusion, which hasn't really gone forward too much yet, but we are in a decent state now, so we might be able to get that through. Now, of course, we might do a bit more fighting down here in Africa sooner or later. It might take a little while, but I'm sure that that's going to be alright. There we go, there's a bit more government administration buildings done. So we might want to go ahead and just build some more. At least put them into the construction queue. Let's see, we'll get another 3 in North Carolina. Another 3 in Georgia. I guess 4 in Alabama. That will get us another 10. Which is still not going to be enough to cover all of that, but it's going to start reducing the sort of deficit. We might need to get a bit more paper mills actually as well. Which New York is not quite fully employed, but yeah, that would be quite profitable. So perhaps we'll get 2 more in there. Ohio could probably get... we'll get another 5 in there. Sure. Might not be the most profitable, but we can still get some more logging camps in there to assist with that. So there's going to be some local production. But yeah, so that's 108 buildings that we're trying to build right now. I do wonder, actually. So we did upgrade the New York construction sectors already. We don't have any in there. Pennsylvania's got some, right? Yeah. I'm going to go and upgrade these into steel frame buildings. It's going to be quite costly. And the steel demand is going to be quite huge. But that's also going to increase the total construction speed a decent chunk further. So we'll be able to probably cover most of that in the... or somewhere down the line. So wood is still in fairly high demand. Steel's starting to be in really high demand, but that probably means that the private sector is more inclined to build it. There's already 2 steel mills being built. And I suspect there's probably going to be more soon enough once they evaluate that. Right, we only got 10 infantry. I wonder if we were to declare war on Argentina, and we annex that, that's 7.8 infantry. They might get Ireland to support them, and potentially some others. Even Egypt, maybe. Egypt might be a little bit more. I suppose we could alternatively try to go inland. Like, Ogaden. Oh, wait, no, we can't. Hold on a minute. The decentralized part. Oh. Interesting. Is Harar trying to colonize them yet? No. They're exporting slaves. So we can't actually invade them then. Huh. What about Barana? Are you a decentralized? Oh, you are. Oh, wow. Okay, that's changed a lot. Down here. Is this one also a decentralized power? No, that's unrecognized. Okay. So I guess Argentina would probably be the better option. Then we can kind of go around to get to... then start fighting Harar and all that. So let's... I'm sure that will be fine. Right? To the annexed country. Got the troops in the vicinity. Armenian mass immigration from the Ottomans to Louisiana. Alright then. Let's go ahead and wait. Okay, I think that's good enough now. Let's get these in position. So the refused demands, at least the bureaucracy situation is slightly getting, or slowly getting better. I'm going to go ahead and queue up a little bit of the administration buildings already. We'll get another 2 underway. That's going to be another 100 or so bureaucracy. And looks like the military shipyard is still going to take a little while. They do have a bit of troops over here. 13 battalions. I don't think they're very high quality, mind you. Yeah, no, not. They're not high quality at all. I do actually wonder... so I don't... ooh, right. Yeah, I could upgrade some of the fleets. I don't know if I should, though. We haven't gotten the ironclad production yet. We could support more interests. I suppose since we've got Ethiopia as a permanent now. We could put 1 in Nile, I suppose. We'll put that in there, and then... maybe we'll put interest in Japan. Maybe we can start influencing them slowly. Maybe even invite them into a power block. Speaking of inviting people into a power block, how close are we getting Ecuador or Venezuela? And oh, Ecuador is really close. Venezuela, on the other hand, not that close. If we start building some more stuff in their nation, then things might get better. Ooh, confusion did the day. Supporters of cultural exclusion among intelligentsia, headed by Giuseppe Mazzini, have questioned the government publicly on the amount of time that is required in order for the law to pass. Talking to wait, the people cannot. That would be more bureaucratic. So I'm going to have to go with the extra authority, and liberal movement gets a lot more pop attraction and activism, which might still increase the support for the. Actually, I don't know about that, huh? They might not directly support it, I guess. Yeah, so far so good. No one's joining the war, so we can take a bit of a chunk of land over here again, and then just slowly, basically take all of Somalia, and then. Hopefully we'll be able to create Ethiopia over here as a sovereign nation. That'd be handy. Might take a little while. Oh, Brazil versus Paraguay. Oh, hold on a minute. How did the war with Bolivia end? Oh, yeah, Bolivia got kicked pretty hard, and the Paraguay is probably not going to have much left either. So Brazil's getting pretty strong in here. They're also rather antagonistic towards us. Right, so now we've got the interest in Japan, so we're going to start oh, Japan's got a bit of a revolution. Let's start improving relations with them. So maybe we can start getting some influence in there. There's a bit of fighting in there. Right, so how's the war? It hasn't started yet. It will eventually, but it hasn't started yet. Ooh, we can now invite, I'm gonna guess Ecuador. Yep. Cohesion is gonna drop slightly, but that's also gonna start giving us a mandate again. A little bit faster. So right now it's, oh. Yeah, there we go. 5 years. Let me just double check. Yeah, number 4 ranking gives us a little bit, and unrecognized regional power members +1. Alright then. Wait, so who's the unrecognized regional power? Hawaii here, actually. Huh. So Ecuador doesn't actually count for that. Well, it's alright, I suppose. Right, no one can join in on the war against Marhazine anymore. Still got the fleet in here, which... Is it doing convoy raiding? It is doing convoy raiding. Okay, good. And we've got the troops in here, so that should be fairly simplistic war for us. And we just got another... Actually, let's go and get some more government administration buildings underway. Get another 2. We did get the shipyard at least done, so the ironclad production is now finally something that we can do in a proper manner. Well, there we go. There's the war started. Getting some gold mines in Alaska and some of the coal mines in Kentucky finally. But I believe after that... there's West Virginia, Pennsylvania. Oh, there we go. There's the whaling station. So eventually we'll start getting some more work for the West Coast to get that achievement done. I do actually wonder, though, how's the population in here? It's already 133,000. We've got over 500,000 in Oregon and 600,000 in California. There's no migration into Washington quite yet. Is the problem. But I suppose once we get a bit of the buildings in there, it'll be fine. We'll probably get some food industry or something like that in here. Because they'll have some meat, so we'll just make sure that that is using, yeah, canned meat. Excellent. Now, back to our about to start war. Oh, yeah, we actually have our first battle in here. We've got a bit of plunder, but we're still dealing massive damage for the enemy. Or against the enemy, so that's good. And that's a quarter of the state already conquered. Well, a quarter of their portion of the state conquered. Private sector's building some more explosive factory in Minnesota, actually. That's rather handy. And steel mill, tooling workshop, some ports, iron mines. The iron mine is unfortunately in France, mind you, but those it could be worse. Oh, there we go. Another victory. That's another 26%. So now we already have... Oh, Austria declared rivalry. You know what? Two can play that game. So we have Germany and Austria as the rivals. I'm starting to see a pattern here. Yeah, so the gold mines are nearly done. Actually, next week, both of those will be done. Then there's going to be a whole lot of coal mines, which I believe we still are probably importing a lot of coal, right? A decent bit, yeah, but the imports have actually gone down drastically. And they're probably still going to keep on going down. Maybe it would be time for us to start utilizing some... Oh, right, actually, let's... Are we still having... No, we're not having shortage of iron. Not any meaningful shortage, anyway. I don't think we have a shortage of lead, either. So we probably could go ahead and just get some of the mines in here, like the dynamite. That's going to be a lot of explosives. You know what? I'm going to do it anyway. There's going to be some explosive factories soon enough. And then, let's see, steel mills. Let's go for the water tube boilers. That would actually increase the productivity. That would reduce laborers by 7,000, which isn't a whole lot in total. The balance would be somewhat reduced. I suppose that would at least provide a little bit more demand for coal. So I'm going to go with that one. And then the paper mills, that would also potentially increase the productivity. Sure. Tooling workshops, we could also go a little bit better productivity. What about the furniture manufactory? Okay, over there it's starting to get into a point where it might not be more profitable. What about the textile mills? There's the mechanized looms. That would require more tools. And that would not be profitable. And the motor industries, water tube boilers? Nope, that would not be profitable either. Oh, the wheat farms. We'd probably get the fertilizer used in all of those. We'd probably use the harvesting tools. And then I suppose there's a bit of mixture over there for the secondary production. I'm going to keep it as is. We'd maybe get the orchards down here in the millet farms. There we go. So that's a little bit of changes for our productions. Hopefully helpful. Hey, low progress of study. Huzzah! Just 2 more successful rolls and they will have the cultural exclusion, reducing the discrimination a little bit. Not necessarily sufficiently, but at least it's going to make life a little bit more equal. Ooh, rubber discovered in Liberia, and we've conquered the state. Let's have a look at the troops. Are those now heading... Yeah, no. You need to go back to Ethiopia. Not sending you back home yet. Eventually we'll probably get an army in here, mind you, but right now, not yet. So we've got 15 infamy. How much would it cost infamy if we... Oh, Rosengard is part of the British market. Yeah, they're a protectorate. Well, that's a bit of a limitation. Right, so we might be a little bit stuck over here then, in terms of expansion right now. Unless we start going down south to Oman, or through Omani, Kenya, and then I guess we could also try to take Kenya itself. Or is this part of the... No, that's part of the Mombasa market. Or rather, that's Mombasa's Kenya. So, this is someone that we could probably attack. Let's have a look at Oman first. You are independent. Your rival way to Persia. They're trying to improve relations with me. What sort of treaties could I maybe get? How about... You give me Kenya. You don't want to give that. But I'm going to give you an offer that you will probably enjoy. I'm going to give you trade privileges. We could even give you military assistance. And then maybe some money. How much money do you need? I guess that would be enough to force a successful deal over here. It's only for 5 years anyway. We can then... actually, we don't need to go that high. Actually, no, I don't want to give them obligations. So yeah, we'll go with this. There we go. So now we've got more Kenya. And then Mombasa. I have a feeling that we might have a bit of a war over here. Who would join on that? Zanzibar might join in. That could actually be handy to get away their claim over here. They are part of the British market. But they are a protectorate, so they can do or join their diplomatic place on their own. So if we were to do a war in here, or annexation, there's multiple nations that might join in. Of course, their own army is very small, but yeah, we'll go for that one. I'll wait for a couple more days. Ooh, handcranked machine gun. There we go. That's going to be handy. Okay, it would help if you would actually be willing... Oh, right. It probably helps if we mobilize first. There we go. Now we're going to send the troops in. And then we'll have a lot of the coastline over here, at least. And then if Zanzibar does join... Oh, anti-Russian society. Well, there we go. That doesn't surprise me. Oh, available decisions. Oh, right. Survey the Suez Isthmus. I don't think I want to do that. Not right now. Because first of all, that would put us very low on the bureaucracy side of things, and Britain already owns that, so I don't think we'll be able to get that from Britain. Pretty sure that they will be building their canal there eventually. It looks like the war between Britain and France is still ongoing. Both sides are now zero war support. France would be definitely willing to take a white peace. Capitulation desire is pretty low on both sides, though. Yeah, so we might be ending up having another small war over here. Just combine some of the... Oh, right, Monitor is spreading. That's actually good. We're getting the training law ourselves, but yeah, if that starts spreading, that's fine by me. So now we're getting the identification document. Also getting the civilizing mission. Oh, right. That's actually good, because we can get the colonial affairs. We do need to change the colonial law a little bit to start colonizing in Africa, but that's alright. We'll get to that in due time. Oh, and Burma is having a revolt. I'm just going to declare neutrality over there. So they have yet to sway any countries. There's a lot of countries are going to declare neutrality over here sooner or later. Our infamy is slowly climbing up, but since we're doing one war per year or something like that, it's not going to be too bad. As long as it's small wars that we don't really need to worry about too much. So Zanzibar, I reckon if I was to declare war on you, which I don't think I can actually, no I can't. Never mind. Well, I suppose we've got a diplomatic play on right now, so that's probably the reason why we can't do that currently. We're getting a whole lot of coal mines being built, which I suppose that is going to be rather helpful. Because then the automation is going to be more and more effective or profitable. So we can then just start producing more with the same amount of people. I do actually wonder, so we could release subjects. Actually, no, we can't do that right now. There's Hobyo. I don't think... no, Ethiopia is not going to be a thing yet. I don't think we can do Somalia either. Alright then. But I do plan on having all of Ethiopia region as a vassal, or subject of some sort. Not actually vassal directly, but some sort of subject there. We'll then have some colonies over here, hopefully in East Africa at least, and a few of the other places. And all that. And there we go, the war has started. So it is just us versus them, so this is going to be very, very quick war. They've got 1 battalion with 2 generals. And the battle is rather quick. They took 90% of the troops as casualties, as dead or wounded. So there's not much remaining. Hey, low progress voting, there we go. Just need 1 more successful roll on the cultural exclusion, and then we've got that law. And there we go. That is now sorted out. So these are now a continuous area. Unfortunately, we still can't colonize in here. I think we may need to do a bit of fighting against Zanzibar one way or another. So let me actually have a look. If we were to do the annexed country, or, what else would there be? Well, annexed country, that would be 15. That would cause Britain to join in, though. So we'd have to fight against them with a proxy war, and I don't think they're willing to join in against me. Also, let's not send the army of Florida back home yet. We're going to keep that in here somewhere. But one thing that we could probably do is upgrade on the navy down here. Start upgrading the ships to ironclads. That's going to be 4 man of wars into ironclads, so it's going to be slightly more, and that might actually give us another diplomatic interested place somewhere. Because we get more and more prestige. Oh, our total prestige has actually dropped a little bit. Oh, there's 4 steel mills being built. Well, that's going to be quite handy. We've still got nearly 3 years for the government petition. Hawaii situation, we only got about 3 years as well. That hasn't moved one way or another. Probably should have done a war against them or something like that, but oh well. We should probably go out and get some more of the government administration buildings, actually. Get another 3. Does mean that some of the coal mines are going to be slowed down slightly in the construction side of things, but if we can fix the bureaucracy situation, I think that's going to be worth more. Because right now we're actually still making £19,000 a week. So that probably means... Oh, right, that's another thing there, but I'm going to go ahead and actually... Because it's probably easier to do over here. Construction sectors, so you know what? I'm going to switch Illinois to use the steel frame building. That gets us to 350 total construction. Ooh, there we go, North Caucasian. Oh, and we've got the steam donkey. The North Caucasian mass migration to Tennessee. Again, I don't like. We don't really even have that many jobs open in there, but I suppose we've got a lot of. It's got a lot of population to begin with, I guess. Well, I suppose that's fair. Right. Well, now that we've got the steam donkey, what we're actually going to do. Is that something we want... Oh, right, yeah, that unlocks the mines as well. Might not be profitable everywhere. Iron mines, though, maybe. And then definitely the gold mines, probably. Yeah, it's profitable. It might reduce the total profits overall, but it reduces the amount of people needed. Okay, sulfur mines not necessarily as much. So we may have reached the point where the engines are just starting to be a bit too expensive. What about the logging camps, by the way? Also, we'll probably get the sawmills everywhere, so first of all. And then the steam donkeys, no, that would not be worthwhile. I mean, we've got so many of them that it's not going to be ideal. We'll get the better ports. Railways are still fine. The trade centers will get the bulk trading in. And construction sectors are slowly upgrading, but it's going to take a little while before we get all of them. But now that we did increase the total construction speed, especially, let's go and get the remaining 3 government administration buildings underway. And then we'll need to queue up even more, but it's, oh, we've got 40 million population already. Well, that might explain a little bit. Oh, and gold discovered in Alaska. Excellent. Gold rush. We'll always spread the word. So more migration into Alaska, I guess. How much is there? There's 6 gold fields, and we've got 2 mines already. And the mines are, well, I don't know if they're going to be all that profitable yet. But they will be. I actually wonder, the gold mines, we could even reduce the worker need there further with the transportation. That would make the railway here a little bit more profitable. Which honestly is probably a good idea. Oh, Netherlands is improving relations. That's handy. Yeah, right now we're kind of just waiting for the cultural exclusion law to pass, and then we're going to start switching our colonization law a little bit, hopefully. Oh, looks like well, I suppose, yeah, we just built some more government administration buildings, so the bureaucracy situation isn't quite as bad anymore. We're still making a bit of money. Oh, well, the unrealized taxes is still fairly sizable. Oh, Sudanese National Awakening. Alright then. And pressure mass immigration to Michigan. How is our coal situation now? I reckon we got quite a bit of it. Yeah, we're still importing a little bit though. But I reckon, yeah, there's still a decent bit being imported, but I suspect that soon enough we'll start exporting that. Are we actually one of the... We're number 4 producer worldwide on coal. We're still quite a bit behind Belgium, but not that massive. Considering how many mines we're still building. We'll be getting a lot of the way in there. Might not be getting quite there yet though. And how is the GDP? We're still number 5. Right, so we are actually kind of catching up with Britain, but Germany has gotten a bit, or North German Federation's got a bit further away. And we don't have any more government administration buildings underway, do we? That is indeed a no. Hey, we've got cultural exclusion. Right, that does reduce authority a little bit, but the acceptance are going to be better. And then... yeah, it's not pleasant, but or the life of the pulse rate lowest acceptance stage is not pleasant, but manageable. So there we go, it's no longer quite as bad for people. Oh, the Pacific Army does need a general. Right, let's recruit, definitely not a Southern plan there. I think we're going to get the Armed Forces Stalwart Defender. And the next thing is probably build some more government administration buildings, quite frankly. Now we'll get, actually, is there peasants down here? There's a little bit. I think we may need to build something in places with a lot of peasants. So Illinois, you're going to get another 5. Indiana could get probably another 5. Missouri could get another 3. Oklahoma is going to get another 1. Government administration building. So that's 14 extras, and then I guess Idaho's going to get 1 more. So that way we can get a little bit more of the bureaucracy sorted out. Might not be sufficient by any means. Actually, that's another thing that we'd probably build over here in Oregon, just to provide, not Oregon, Washington, provide a little bit more room for, or reason for people to move in here. Because right now there's a lot of people moving out of there. Now, of course, we got a lot of the buildings being built there already at some point, just not quite yet. It's after the whaling stations, I suppose. Then we'll get the coal mines in Washington. And logging camps. Hey, Socialist Party of America has been formed. Alright then. How are they going to be faring in the election? They might be getting about a quarter of the votes. And Democratic Party is going to be the leading one. Okay. I don't suppose we could... no, we can't switch laws at all right now. I suppose the legitimacy is rather bad. Yeah. Oh, the armed forces want to join the Republican Party. Okay. We might have Democratic Party in power. I don't know if they'll want to change the colonization law then. Possibly. The resettlement would probably be the easy one, but we might go for the colonial exploitation, quite frankly, for a little while. To just colonize as quickly as possible, have a little bit of wars, but that should be alright. And then we can start carving a bit of an empire over here. Junior's campaigning. Okay, so momentum for Socialist Party or interested... Oh. We could play the long game and just increase the pop attraction for the trade unions. Sure. We'll take that one. When France is having a bit of a... oh, right. They got a bit of a fight in Africa, or North Africa, I believe. I'm just going to declare neutrality on that. It could be actually West Africa. Oh, yeah, it is West Africa. Okay, it's Mauritania, essentially, that they're going to be fighting. So I don't think they need my help there. I've got a bit of flood, which is unfortunate. We do still need a lot of tools and steel. But I suppose for tools, we've got the best, well, currently best production anyway. Oh, covered market, right, we should probably get that one. And then the conscription centers, let's get general training. Good, good. Livestock ranches, we're getting the slaughterhouses again. I know that it's not necessarily always profitable, but it'll be good enough. Could even get the maize farms with some more tools. It does require a lot more tools, though, in general, but I suppose... oh, actually, not all of them are in steel production. Okay. Well, let's switch that over. And then the water boiler, we could switch that in. That would reduce labourers a lot. You know what, actually, we'll leave that as is for now. We'll switch that eventually, though. How long do we still have the modifier for that production? 15 months and 35 months. I mean, yeah, did we actually queue up some more? I'm pretty sure that we did. We did, so I'm going to go out and build up another 2 at a time. These are not in a necessarily the best state, but this is in Washington. So that will actually improve the situation down there a little bit. Oh, and El Salvador is improved relations. Oh, Commander commends Civic Coalition. Oh, right, so that's Democratic Party. You know what, you can say what you want. I'm pretty sure that the Democratic Party is going to be winning the election anyway. But that might allow us to switch the colonization law, and then I'm hoping that I can kind of strengthen the trade unions as much as possible, which might not be a whole lot necessarily, but I'm hoping that we can at least push forward there. How's our leverage over New Granada? 93. Oh, yeah, looks like Germany's getting more and more, or North German Federation is getting a lot more leverage in there. I mean, we still lead them, but not necessarily as much as I was hoping for. Oh, we own 7.3% of their GDP. Huh. Venezuelans own 21%. Germany does own a little bit as well. Did we build up the rubber plantations down here? Not yet. They are in the production queue, though, somewhere. Just been oh, right there. It's been a slow progress, but yeah, once we get those, that's going to probably help us a little bit. But there we go. Population nearly 41 million. Oh, and engaging the people. Oh yeah, people in Massachusetts are awakened, so momentum for the Socialist Party, and more loyalists from low strata pops. Political strength from wealth. Yep. That's fine by me. So the Socialist Party will probably be a fairly strong opposition party for a little while, until we can kind of wrangle them in power. Might take a little while though. Oh, Spain's got a bit of civil war. And the war between France and Britain is still going. Oh, now this is interesting. Because the French are fighting a war through Mauritania. They might be able to reach British Senegal through that and then start fighting down here. So the war continues. Oh, democratic solidarity. Republican Party momentum or intelligence gets more public attraction. I guess we're going to increase the momentum slightly. That might compete with the vote from the Socialist Party, though. Okay, we're not trying to pass any laws currently because it's not going to go through, I reckon. The identification documents, that's going to be 6 months. After that, we're going to get the rotor of our engine. Oh, New Granada withdraws from one of the agreements. It's a shame that it doesn't list what was in that agreement in that notification. That would be very handy information because I tend to have several treaties, and I can't remember which one was which. Let's get some more government administration buildings. Get maybe 3 total now. We're starting to get some of the whaling stations, and Washington in general is starting to get some more stuff. Like the whaling station, we got the 2 of the government administrations, so they are able to start hiring in there. Oh, pressing issues. We're going to support the Socialist Party. So that's another 30% boost there for the momentum. They've got momentum 131%, which is a decent amount. They've, of course, still got a lot of work to do, but I suppose, well, they only got 6%. The clout is pretty low for them. Admittedly. Oh, Haiti's joined the Russian Empire. What? This means war. Well, not literally war, but I'm going to declare neutrality on the Chile-Bolivia issue. I think Bolivia might be losing that. Yeah, they will be losing that. Oh, they just decided to give that state without a fight. Well, Paraguay did not... Oh, are they a separate nation by chance now? They're in the Brazilian market, at least. And yes, they are a separate. But with that, I believe we are actually out of time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.